First official test stream. We are going to figure this out if it kills us today. Sorry, I'm just responding to Discord messages. All right, so today is the first official test stream. It's myself, Risk Immersed, a.k.a. Neil Fernandez, with my good friend Owen. Say hi, Owen. Make sure your mic's working, buddy.
Hello.
Say hello again.
Hello.
All right, good. So yeah, I'm going to be stopping and starting, guys, a whole lot today with regards to the stream. I'm going to be testing audio, going to be testing video. One of the things I want from everybody on stream that does show up today, and I see we already have a few people, thank you. If you guys could give me feedback in the comment section and let me know kind of how the mics sound, how the cameras look, if the setup needs to be changed at all, particularly the cage, the spot that O is sitting in, if we think that needs to look differently. And yes, Owen, I called the spot where you're sitting the cage, by the way. I don't know if you noticed, if you can see around here, but you can say even have it labeled above your face there. Not on you on my screen. Not on you. We actually should put a sign up there. That'd be kind of fun. Call it the cage. But yeah, the goal with this first stream is really just to get the bugs out of things and to see where we're at and make sure that cameras are where we want them and that kind of the purpose of the stream is started and fulfilled with regards to flow and all of those sorts of things. We will have preset questions, and I have crap tons of different things that we can work through here. That's what all this stuff is. And the goal, at least for today anyways, hey JMO, thanks for coming in, buddy. The goal for today at least is to really just find out what works and what doesn't work, and then ultimately get to a point where this thing is seamless and we just press a button on the stream deck and away we go. So one of the things I said I would do today is give a quick little kind of show, and I'll probably do it a couple of times, a quick little show of kind of the setup. So I'll grab my camera and show everyone real quick. Actually, I'm probably attached. I'll use your camera. Yeah. So obviously we have the what do you call it? The soundproofing. We have a mixer for all the sound and whatnot. There's the stream deck. The different monitors with everything set up on it so you guys can see the keyboard and whatnot. The goal here is I really don't know what else we have to add. So as we go,
decoration.
Yeah,
Probably.
Just decoration. Yeah, I think so too. So I think one of the things we want to do, especially with where O is sitting today in the cage, I want to try and add. The reason why I did the cage the way I did is because I want to be able to add things to the paneling. To the actual rack itself, so that we can change the scene, as it were. So, Owen, how long you been with me here at Rise Above now, man?
I believe I started about maybe not June, maybe March, maybe late March.
So what, 9 months or so?
Yeah.
And so you're at a local high school here in town before you came to us. And when you came to Rise Above, what was probably one of the hardest things for you to overcome, I think, is a good way of starting? Was it not knowing anybody? Was it the fact that you weren't with your friends at school?
I think it was probably not being with my friends at school, but I would say probably trying to make friends. I mean,
yeah,
Adrian,
yeah,
be my best friend here, but he goes back after this week, so it's going to be pretty hard.
Almost starting over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, so we don't do traditional school, so we do online school. Had you done online before? Schooling before you came to us?
I have not.
So, have you found online harder, easier, more challenging?
I think it's a little bit easier, but I kind of do think it's a little bit hard. I mean, especially with having to do biology again, that's terrible.
Yeah, you got a new class today that you started because you finished one of your classes yesterday. So I mean, that's let's talk about that since we're there. So Owen, since coming here, has actually gotten onto the honor roll. He's got a better than a 3.0 average right now, and is doing phenomenal with regards to his schoolwork. So I'm actually extremely proud of Owen. And Owen also has a very, I would call it a deep interest in what we're doing here today.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a fork knife player. And
fork knife.
Yeah. You're a Fortnite player, and you would love to have the opportunity to come on and stream on this beautiful i9 beast that I have here.
PUBG, I mean, it really don't matter.
Yeah. One of the things that we should actually look at is seeing if we can get a console hooked up in here at some point and put a big old TV up on that wall.
Yeah, but I'll probably be gone by then.
Yeah, it's not gone forever. You can always come back and say hi.
Forever, but
that's the beauty of this, man. You can always come back and say hi, introduce yourself to the cage again, and be a different, won't be a fa la la sweater behind you, but we can pick something else. So let's ask some different questions, though. What kind of president would you be?
President?
Yeah, if you're running the show, what would you do first?
I mean, I don't know.
Would you make another national park? Would you put a pipeline in? Would you build a wall?
Oh, no, probably not like him, but I mean, I'd probably I don't know. I haven't heard any news about Flint in a while.
It's like the water crisis. You're talking about Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
The water crisis that was out there. Yeah. So we have all kinds of things here in Michigan we could talk about, even just from that standpoint. Well, I mean, I think what would be cool is to take your experiences, even just the past year, and say, hey, you know what? As a leader, what could I do in my country or my community that would affect change in that area, right? Mm-hmm. And do things to support that. So. So let's talk about the stream a little bit. So if we get to do this often, what are some of the things that you would want to accomplish with the stream?
I mean,
what do you hope that we get to do?
Obviously, play some games,
mm-hmm.
but probably make it over about 150 followers or something like that. Because we're only at 50, right?
I think we're at 50 right now. Yeah. So, if we could get the followers in place, and I think, let me just check where we're at actually on that. Oh,
I think we're at 50.
I think we're right at either we're at 49 or 50 right now. I think we're only one away. If we could get that one more follower, we'd be golden. I think we had it at one point, and then somebody dropped out. I'm not sure who it was, but we'll hunt them down.
I think Will said he hasn't did it yet.
Yeah,
he said he had a Twitch account.
We have a few options. I'm sure we could get somebody to be our 50th, no problem. So the other thing for the viewers out there, for you guys, as we go, there is a suggestion box, I believe. Let me just go to the channel real quick and just make sure that I haven't changed anything on you guys. If I go down in the channel, there's a frequently asked questions, there's an about, there's obviously the donations thing. Oh, down at the bottom there's a suggestion box. There is a spot for you guys to add a comment. And there's already one in there that says we'll be able to talk to students, and absolutely, as you can tell.
I seen that one earlier.
You absolutely will be able to talk to students, and it's absolutely important to add those questions in there. What's up, Eddie? Eld, how would you say that? Eld Ol? What's up, man? Is he actually in the cage? No, he's not actually in a cage. We call it the cage. It's actually just a mesh thing behind him. But the goal for the stream really is to have you guys come on board, ask the questions, and then us just talk about it. The goal is to get together, chat about what we do here, chat about what other streamers are doing. Because again, at some point we will have some pretty decently placed streamers coming on board. We'll have community members coming on board to talk to not just myself, but Owen and myself, and then really get to a point where it then takes the stream to a whole different place. We don't want it just to always be about Rise Above and our students. We want it to also be about, could be the gaming world. It could be the fact that Owen is talking about Fortnite or something like that. Because again, I think what we want to do is to not limit what we can talk about.
We have to talk to the big boss lady, though.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to the big boss lady, aka my wife, to make sure that she approves. No, I'm just playing. So what's the cage about, J-Mo? The cage is really not a cage. It's just a 3-sided backdrop. It just happens to look like a cage on camera, so I called it the cage.
I think you're supposed to, or is it supposed to be like that? I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have it.
Yeah,
around.
It was put in place just so we could hang stuff on it and have some fun with it, and not be stuck with just a painted background, or like behind me I just got stupid curtains at the moment. That's got to get changed, and go from there. So really, what do we want to accomplish today besides sound check, besides camera checks? Because that's my question for you guys, J-Mode and Jamode and Eld. What's the camera and the mics? Is it clear? Can it be better? Talk to me. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Because for us, we can hear everything just fine. We can hear me just fine, right?
Oh yeah,
no problems. Because we haven't adjusted really any of the sounds on.
Yesterday we were having some problems though.
Yeah, we fiddled with a bit of stuff yesterday.
We got it fixed.
Because I'd love to have it where it's just perfect. Let's see. So one of the other things that I would ask the audience at some point is to also talk to other streamers, invite them to be a part of the conversation. So they're saying you're a little bit quiet, Owen. So just if you could make sure you get into your mic a little bit, just
lean a bit more,
pull it in. Yeah, just pull it in. Just don't block your face with the mic. That's all.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mode. Appreciate it, bro. Actually, you're not a bro, but anyways. All right. So one of the things that I also want to know about, if you could, is the black background acceptable? Should I add a color to it? Should I have, I don't know, things moving back there, theme-wise?
We could get a couple posters. Maybe.
Yeah, definitely in here we should have. I think I'm gonna paint the entire room black, so I can remove these stupid curtains back here. I don't know that. I'm okay with that a whole lot, but I have some more soundproofing. This stuff I got to add more of that in the room because I think we have a bit of echo. I don't know if the mics are picking it up. I've got most of this stuff turned down pretty good on the board, but once we get enough people watching on a regular basis and questions flowing, I think we'll be all right there. I'm doing 3 things at once today, guys. I apologize. So some of the accomplishments that we're trying to get, at least initially, Owen and I, that is we're trying to get an average number of followers every day, where we get to 50 followers, which we literally just got. Thank you very much to whoever just followed. Was that you, Viking? I appreciate it. How are you today? I'll do you one better than your little smiley face. I'll give you that. Only because I love the little waving Choco Taco.
Little waving Choco.
So So I think for us, as we go over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be really fun. This was the fun thing. So, Viking, you're actually the first live follower that we've had, and you just had the little emote thing pop up, which is fun. I'm glad it was you proving that actually works on stream. The other thing, well, yeah, you're awesome. Yeah, you're welcome for letting me include you. No, I'm just joking. So the goal for this is to test all that stuff, to test follows, to test subscriptions when we get there. We're obviously not there yet. We have to get the affiliate thing figured out and whatnot. When we have donations and bits and all that. And again, I don't know that we're there yet because I think we have to be affiliated to do all of that stuff anyways. But the more we do this, I think over the next week or 2 weeks, I think. So we're going to skip the Christmas holiday, Owen, because you guys are off for 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when you guys come back?
I'm pretty sure January 7th.
January 7th. Okay. So on January 7th, we're going to have a regular routine where myself, probably Owen, and one or two other students are going to do this on a regular basis. We're going to come in. We're going to chat about we have no script for today, obviously. This is just kind of winging it and testing the mics and cameras, right? And then hopefully we'll have questions in the suggestion box of things that we can talk about. And then the goal will be then to take this platform and use it to kind of get out and talk to different people. I'll have a replacement for me actually in place soon. We're looking to hire somebody to take my spot at this level, and I'll move into one level up with regards to executive leadership here at Rise Above, the organization that we do here in Jackson. But the goal at that point, we'll all spend a lot more time doing this kind of thing, as well as community-based things where I'll go out and talk to the community and stuff like that. And it'll give me more opportunity to talk to you guys, I think, as opposed to just doing the day-to-day things that we do here at Rise Above. So I think it's worthwhile that I just tell a little story about Rise Above. Is that fair?
Yeah.
I think that's probably good.
I think that'd be
because you guys are going to hear me
great.
talk about Rise Above a lot. You obviously see the Rise Above logo on the screen.
Yeah, they're probably wondering, like, what it is, most likely.
Yeah, so I think it's fair that we give it a little explanation.
Like,
so
what you do.
yeah, so Rise Above, what the program, my wife and I founded this 4.5 years ago. We're technically in our 5th year, but we founded an organization that works with all of the school districts in our area. And basically what we do is we provide a spot for expelled high school kids. At least initially it was expelled high school kids. So when a student did something that got them removed from the public school system, we provided students an opportunity to come into our atmosphere, continue on with their education, as well as then go and perform different counseling and things of that nature to help get them to a place where we could safely return them to school, ready to be successful. Very often, students would be expelled from school, and if you didn't have Rise Above, what would you be doing right now at home, you think? Do you think you would have got any schoolwork done over the past year?
No, I would not. Like,
you'd probably be a pro at Fortnite.
Most likely. Well, I don't know. When I got expelled, I wasn't really able to do anything at my house, like play video games or anything like that until my dad had said something to my mom and was like, hey, he's done everything that I've asked him to do and all that. So my mom wasn't really on board with that, but
wow.
Yeah.
And the nice things, like I said, since you've been here, you've gotten on the honor roll and you've gotten quite a few classes done. You just got another class done yesterday, which is nice.
Yeah, I did a class yesterday, and the day before that I finished a class.
Wow. That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure.
That's
I
awesome.
can't remember.
So what Rise Above does is we work with students that have been in that situation, and we do the schooling, we do counseling stuff, and we get them back to school as quick as possible. Because 80% of those kids that get expelled tend to either drop out of school or fall away entirely. Viking Princess says that's awesome. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Um, it's our job, I guess, is just to provide a space for you guys, because right now there is not a space for that population, and that's where my name, the Twitch name Risk Immerse, comes from. Is because when you put a student in that situation, you're really putting them in a very risky spot, a spot where it's just difficult to get out of alone if you don't have the supports. So one of the things that we get to do is we get to, what's the word? Advocate for you back with the schools. We go and we jump up and down and we say all kinds of good things that the students do while they're here, and that really helps to get them back to school quickly and to make them successful long term. So the national statistic for expelled high school kids is what we would call recidivism, is 80% recidivism. So 80% of the kids that get expelled in the United States recidivize. They reoffend.
Yeah.
For you guys that come through our programs here at Rise Above, you guys have an exact opposite. You have an 80% success rate. It's around 87% success rate. So most of you guys have flipped that paradigm, where you guys go back to school and you stay there because you fear. No, I'm just kidding. Because you learn the value of probably the most important thing in the world. And what did I talk about yesterday? Do you remember what I talked about yesterday?
It was about Christmas time.
Yeah, and what was the one word? What's the one thing that's most important?
Trust.
Trust, absolutely. Once you have trust, you have everything, right? And when you don't have trust, you lose everything.
That's exactly what you're talking about with, like, let me borrow your hat, and then said you're gonna give it back, but you never did.
Yeah.
So
I ran a
time. Not the third.
Yeah.
Definitely not the third.
Yeah. So I did what's called a life skills time here at Rise Above yesterday, where I talked about my personal experience as a young man, and this stuff will come up over time and whatnot in the stream. But what we did here yesterday was we talked about the value of trust, and how if you don't have trust, you lose a lot of opportunities. So I ran a scenario here yesterday where I asked a student for his hat, and then I asked another student for the shoe, and another student gave me a slipper, and I said, "Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to give this back to you." And then as I kept asking students for things, they more and more reluctantly handed them over, and they gave them to me because it's me. I mean, they're not going to say no to me, but.
Well, I mean, Austin, he said no, but then he gave it to you.
Yeah, he still gave it to me because I gave him the look.
Kind of reminds me of what 7th grade, my one health class at a time, we were taking our final exam.
Yeah.
And we came in the classroom, and the desks were all set up differently. And he gave us these exams, and then he said, "Guys, get up and hand them to the girls," and the girls hand your exams to the guys.
Yeah.
You're not doing your own exam.
Oh, really?
I did not move. I sat down and I was like, I'm doing my own exam. And that was like the whole point about it. He was like, "You see that? Guys, this is what I wanted you to, this is what I was trying to, I don't know if I'm...
The point he was trying to make, basically. Yeah.
And he gave us an A on our exams, kind of.
So it was a social experiment is what he was doing with
Yeah.
you guys, basically. He was just trying to see how you guys would respond and whatnot. Hey, Tubes, thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate you showing up and saying hi.
I was pretty skeptical because I don't want nobody doing my exam.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you have to depend on others,
Yeah.
to do something that you think is important, that has value, and that could impact your ability to be successful in school or whatever the case is, you kind of take offense when you say, "Hey, I don't trust you to do my math exam or whatever it is to the level that I know that I would do it." Because I mean, especially when somebody thinks it's a joke and starts messing around and just puts dumb, things down or anything like that. I mean, you never know what's going to happen at that point, right? So, and it's the same idea with that's a trust thing. Now, if you know that, hey, that student is legitimate and they're doing the things that I would want to do, like they're hardworking, they study hard, I know that they're really good at that particular subject, you're more than happy to give them your test, wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah.
Right? Oh, assuming it's teacher approved.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if you don't trust that person, you're not in any circumstance gonna give them that opportunity to try and mess with things. And that's the same thing that I was doing with the hat thing the other day. Is after a while, if you give somebody trust and they breach that trust, like this scenario I was using was, hey dude, I'll pick you up at 6:00. We'll go out, and then 6:00 comes, then 6:05, and 6:30. And you're like, dude, this
8:00.
he didn't show up, And then the next day I come to you and say, oh, sorry, I missed you, man. I promise I'll be there tonight, 6:00. I'll pick you up. And then if I do the same thing again on the third day when I come to you, oh dude, sorry, just things got mixed up, whatever the case is, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I promise I'll be there at 6:00 today. You're going to be like, yeah, bro, I really don't think so. I'm good tonight. I'm like, no, seriously, man, I'll be there. And you're going to say
McDonald's,
no.
Man.
Yeah, I'll bring you some McDonald's, I promise. Yeah. No, you're going to be like, no, I don't trust you anymore. You blew the chance. And so that the whole point there is, with or without the McDonald's, it's hard to trust somebody in that scenario, because they really don't. They haven't earned that respect, because you're not following through on your word. I think that's one of the big things that we talk about quite a bit here.
Yeah.
Is the idea of, so there's a 5-step thing, and this is for everyone that's watching right now. So it's trust, obedience, challenge, change, and growth. The idea there is, and the method that we use here at Rise Above, is the fact that it's also called the coach effect. Yeah, I think you've heard me say that before, right?
Yeah, I think so.
If you trust me enough to listen to me, that's the obedience part, I am going to challenge you, right? I'm going to challenge what you know. I'm going to challenge what you believe. I'm going to challenge what the things that you do, the things that you say. But I promise you, if you trust me enough to listen to me on those things, as I'm challenging you, I'm going to help you change into things that you maybe never thought you could do. When I call it the coach effect, because this is exactly what coaches do. You come to football practice that first time to play football. Mm-hmm. What's coach going to make you do? Okay, boys, let's go run some laps. Right? Okay, boys, let's get your pads on. We're going to start smacking each other around a little bit. I mean, that's not normal. That's challenging. You trust coach, so you listen to him. You put the pads on, you start running laps. And that first day, it's hard. Yesterday for me in the gym was leg day. So coming up and down the stairs was hard today. But it gets easier. The more I do legs, the easier it will get, right? If I stop skipping leg day, it'll be easier, And it's the same thing with that. It's like doing schoolwork. It's a habit you got to get into. You just got to challenge yourself. Okay, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to do it, right? If you listen, if you trust, if you listen, if you accept the challenge, you will change. You will get better, mm-hmm. and ultimately you grow into something you never thought was. You might become an NFL football player. You might get on the honor roll at school. Oh wait, you did. You know what I mean? And that's the whole point. And so then what happens is, if you get through that cycle, you come back to the fact that, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could get on the honor roll. Well, I didn't know that I could intercept that pass. When coach said to run that route, I didn't know that I could do that. And you do it. And so what do? You go back to coach. Coach, I trust you. Give me more. Right? And it's a cycle. It keeps going over and over and over again. And that's why trust is so important. And that's why I push it as much as I do with you guys. And honestly, for you guys as well, I think it's important as you go and in your relationships and whatnot, is that you really value trust. So when I say to you, hey, I'm going to do a test stream today, and I'm talking to everyone and I'm telling everyone, hey, we're going to do a test stream today. If I didn't come on at 11 o'clock and say, hey, we're doing a test stream, thanks for the follow, Tubes. I really appreciate that, buddy. If I didn't come on and do a test stream, y'all wouldn't. Next time I said, tomorrow I'm going to do it, y'all wouldn't check in. Right. So anyways, that's kind of the goal. That's kind of what we do here at Rise Above, is we work really hard with these guys to make sure that they have access to education, to counseling, and to honestly good friends. Because I think first and foremost, I consider Owen a friend of mine, and I hope you see that. I hope you understand. We do a lot of different things here to try and have fun and not just be so serious all the time. The word goofy gets thrown around a little bit, eh?
Yeah, me and Adrian started that one.
Yeah, So we're told quite often to stop being goofy. So
Or goon.
or goon,
we
yeah.
like to use goon a lot.
Yeah, don't call me a goon. Goon reminds me of. First, I want to say the movie, The Goonies, but goon reminds me of like a thug or somebody that is like vicious.
I mean, yeah, but it's us. We're young and dumb.
Young and I don't think you're dumb, but you definitely are young. So let me ask a question here. Let's see if we can find something that we can actually get through. So it is Christmas time. I think it's obvious the time of the year, hence the awesome Christmas sweater behind you. Do you guys have any Christmas traditions at your house? You guys do anything particular that?
Usually Christmas morning. My sisters like to wake us up at like 6 a.m. It is so terrible.
That used to be me.
6 a.m. Just to open our stockings and wait another hour before we can even get to our presents.
Because your parents won't actually let you touch anything yet. So do they let you get you guys do stockings at all?
We do stockings.
So
first.
do you have to wait for your stockings too? Can you do that when you wake up in the morning?
When we wake up, we try and wake up our parents, but they usually just lay in bed for a good hour.
Coffee. You gotta. The magic word of the day. Coffee.
My mom, she drinks coffee, but not a lot, and my dad, he doesn't drink.
Oh no. Okay. Well, you gotta find that magic bullet.
I try, but we open our stockings and then wait another hour, and then we open our presents, and then we go to like a family Christmas breakfast, for about an hour, and then we go to my dad's house to get presents from him. But this weekend, not this weekend, but next week, because Christmas is on a Tuesday, I believe.
Yes, it is this year actually. I'll pull up my man calendar because I suck at the calendaring. Yes, Tuesday, the 25th.
I think this week is going to be a little bit.
Hang on, back up.
Different.
That's 6 days from now. Oh, sorry. That's okay. Yeah. So, anyways, you're going there.
But I think this week is going to be just a little bit different because
6 days.
This weekend we're supposed to do like another family Christmas thing. On Saturday, but I don't think we're going there with like the family members. I don't know. I really don't get told a lot.
Neither do I. So here's a different question for you. So in my house, and I wish the OG Pickle was here because this guy would love this. And I'm curious who else has heard of this tradition.
Is it the pickle? Where you hide the pickle or
You
something?
hide the pickle.
My grandma does that.
So we have 2 pickles in my house. We have a little one. It's it is tiny, 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 but it's glittery. It has glitter on it, so it kind of glistens in the lights. And then we have another one that's probably the size of a normal pickle, I would say. And we hide them in the tree. This is what you do with these things. Apparently, is you hide them in the tree. And once you've got them hidden in the tree, we do it the night before, kind of when we do the stockings and all that kind of jazz. And then once we've got them hidden in the tree, when the kids get up in the morning, before we get to the stockings, the kids come downstairs, and that's when, as soon as we have our coffee, they're allowed to look for the pickles in the tree. And it sounds like it'd be easy.
It's not.
It is not. And I mean, I hide them, and I have to look for them. And what we do is they're bonus gifts, we call them. So for the big one, usually it's money. We give them like $5 if you find the big one, and then you get $10 if you find the little one. Or depends. As the kids get older, the dollar amounts have to get bigger because they're just not as excited about a dollar bill because they found the big pickle.
$5.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah, yeah, jerk. I can't even buy a Starbucks with this. I'll have to go no whip this time. So yeah, I mean that's that. I mean, do you have other traditions like that you guys do? Like that, as a, do you guys sit
Like,
as a family and read a book, or you have to watch a certain movie? Like Elf is a big one.
Would Elf on a Shelf be considered like a family tradition?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we have the Elf on a Shelf. We actually have 3 of them. The first day they were here, they took this what is it? Like this snow powder or something.
Yeah,
like
the
that, where you
spray snow.
it.
Yeah.
Just put "We Are Back" on our big window in the front. And
I have to say, it is amazing how serious people take this. I wish I could pull up my Facebook page. Well, I don't wish I could. I actually could pull up my Facebook page, but I'm not going to today. And show you how creative some of my friends have been with regards to the Elf on the Shelf.
Our elves, they were in our, like, we don't have like a fake tree or a real tree. We have like an outside tree.
Mm-hmm. I know somebody else that does that too.
The spin tree.
Yep.
It's like on a stand. They were hanging out in that tree for like a week. And then they wrote on a piece of paper, said, "Dear Clarks," they forgot to put souls because me and my sister are souls, not Clarks, but said something about, "You're on the naughty list, you better shape up, or the big man's going to give you coal."
The big man, wait a second, aren't you the big man? Always got you got a shirt that says what, big man, or what's it say?
It's all good when you're the big dude.
It's all good, yeah. It's all good when you're the big dude. J-Mo, what hadn't you heard of? The pickle or the Elf on the Shelf that you hadn't heard of? Let me know which one, because I mean the pickle one seems to be pretty.
Yeah, my family doesn't do the pickle, but I don't think we've ever done the pickle. But
do you know where
does.
the pickle comes from?
I think it's from Europe or something like
that.
Yeah,
it's from Germany.
Yeah,
it's a German tradition. So you got to look it up. There's tons of these stupid pickle ornaments everywhere.
My other aunt, they, instead of like Elf on a Shelf, they have Monica the Monkey or something like that.
That one I haven't heard of. So
it's, like those sock doll monkeys or something like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it is, and it's just a monkey. It's weird. It kind of freaks me out.
So Viking Princess, you'd never heard of the pickle before? If you can find the ornaments, it's actually a really easy tradition to start. It doesn't require a lot of like prep work. It doesn't require a lot of. It's super easy to do. That's what we liked about it. I forget where we actually heard of it. We've only been doing it, I think, 6 or 7 years in our house. And one of our friends told us about it anyways, and got us onto it. And then we have a place. What's the Christmas place here in Bronner's? The big Christmas place in Frankenmuth here in Michigan.
We were actually supposed to go up to there.
If you ever get a chance to go to Frankenmuth here in Michigan, around Christmas time, it's crazy busy, but it's awesome. It is the largest Christmas store I have ever seen in my life. It's massive.
I don't think I've ever been there.
So, yeah,
Frankenmuth is up north.
Yeah, it is. It
right?
would be north of Ann Arbor.
Yeah, I didn't go that way. The farthest I've been north is, I'm pretty sure, Cadillac.
Yeah, no,
it's far. Different way.
Yeah, it's farther than that for sure. It's probably about a 2-hour drive from where we're at here. So, well, I would say that with your feedback that I got today, I'm pretty impressed. Hey, Hockles, thank you for showing up, buddy. Yeah, let me know feedback on sound and video and all that kind of jazz now. And Hockles, have you ever heard of the Christmas pickle? Real quick, man. Christmas pickle. You know what I'm talking about? Tell me you've heard of it so I don't look like a fool. Important safety tip. Please don't put kids in cages. So apparently, everyone keeps asking if you're if you're actually in a cage. Please explain to the people what you're actually in.
It's like a, I don't know. It's kind of what it's not like green screen, but holds up something like that. I guess.
But you're not actually in a cage,
not
right?
actually in it.
So, just to kind of give, so he can escape if he wants to. It's just literally that, right? So the goal here is just to provide us with a background for O or any of our guests, and something we can easily hang stuff on, or if somebody donates a shirt, say the pickle, the OG pickle. Yes, the lovely
sweater.
That was my ugly Christmas sweater last year. A good friend of mine, Nick, who does a lot of Christmas videos and silly stuff like that.
Was that the Nick that was in here yesterday?
No, that was Eric. Eric was here yesterday. Eric's a DJ friend of mine. Hawk goes, I know, I kid. It's the purpose of that is just to give us an opportunity to hang stuff or to put stuff up there, or to hang G.I. Joe characters that are doing amazing parkour poses off the thing. I just think that would be fun. Hear the story of the Christmas pickle? Oh, don't make me look it up, Hockles. It's a German thing, man. Just the Germans like the Christmas tree hiding of pickles.
Yeah, but you're not from Germany.
I'm not. I'm Portuguese. Technically, I'm Canadian. My parents are from Portugal. But you just hide it, and it was a Christmas tradition that you go, and the first one to find the pickle got a prize. I think if you found the pickle, you got an orange or something. I don't know. Just sounded like a good thing to do.
I don't know what my grandma does. I don't. She just hides the pickle.
In our house, we have two pickles. We have a big one and we have a little one. And if you found the big one, you got $1. And if you found the little one, you got $5. And as I was saying earlier, as the kids got older, the dollar amounts are skyrocketing.
Asher's gonna need at least $10.
I'm gonna be this Christmas. I'm gonna have to file for bankruptcy, I think. So. But yeah, I mean, again, the goal of the stream today is just to make sure the sound's working. We have no real formal questions here. So if you're just tuning into the stream, and I see that some of you are coming and going, and I appreciate that, just let us know if the sounds are looking good. And particularly, I'm curious about the cameras, whether we think the camera should be closer or farther. Like, you see, Owen's camera is actually closer than mine is. And I'm curious whether mine should be that same distance as his, or whether this is a good distance.
I can't really see that. I can't see.
I know
the screen,
you.
So
yeah, I'm asking them. So if we can get there.
Feedback, but I can't see the screen.
I'll give you feedback, kid. Let's see. Yeah, suggestions for scenery, things we should do. Improvements if there is echo or any feedback or anything like that. Improvements about how we think we should improve that. We did okay on mics. We bought two pretty decent mics. So
yeah,
although they're two. We should have bought two mics the same. I don't think we. This one was given to me. That one I bought, and I guess I should have searched out the same mic. I guess. But yeah.
As long as it works.
Yeah, J-Mode, if you're still on the on your phone, that's probably what's happening. If it's running, especially because I'm not affiliated yet, I can't adjust the resolution, and your phone just might not be able to keep up with the 720p at 60 frames or whatever the heck it's running at. But yeah, but that's another good thing. So we just upgraded our internet here as well, and we have to. What's going on, man? We had to upgrade it anyways. We were getting 75 bits. I think we're at 150 now. So we should never drop stream. We should never have frame issues, because this is not residential internet. This is business grade, no throttling, none of that stuff. So we should never have any issues with regards to running. I should be able to run 4K without issue. So you could see every one of my freckles. And only partners get the resolution option. That's right. You are absolutely right, Viking Princess. Thank you.
Viking Princess.
I love that name, by the way, the Viking Princess. I thought I was pretty unique with Risk Immerse, but I think Viking Princess is a number 2. But all right, so I am going to let Owen leave. You've got life skills, and you've got to get going there. So I'm going to keep going here for a couple minutes to see if anybody has any feedback for me now once you're checked out. So I'm going to mute you guys for a second. I'll be right back. Go ahead, man. No, you're good. All right. Well, I'll say bye for you. So Owen, thank you for coming and being a part of this stream today, buddy. And we'll see you next. Yeah, you can just push your mic right in. That's good. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Enjoy life skills, man.
Yeah, I'll try. I gotta see if my prescriptive test's still going. I don't think it is or not. But
Yeah. Thanks, man.
all right, see you.
Yep. Yeah. Close the door. Yeah. So thanks. Yeah, I agree, Hockles. I'll probably will keep it at 7:20. So now that he's gone, just curious if there's any feedback with regards to anything from you guys. Anything in particular you guys would want me to talk to those guys about? Because I'm going to have students, I'm going to have politicians, community people, my staff coming on. I'm going to have other streamers. I've had some pretty good folks say that they'd be willing to, from the stream community, come on board and to do these sort of interviews. Where it's just me. I'm gonna adjust this while I got you guys on stream, actually. So yeah, if you guys had any feedback on that, I'd really appreciate it if I knew exactly what you guys thought would be helpful. That would be for me. Hockles, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Chaco is the last guy I think I'm going to ask. I've got everybody else kind of in that circle has agreed, at least in principle, to be a part of that, and to have that conversation. But none of them stream quite as much as Chaco does, so I don't know that I want to ask him just yet. I'm going to wait till this gets up and going, and I know he just did a stream with W2F Moses. A stream interview, so I don't want to piggyback on that too quickly. So I might wait a couple of weeks, months, or whatever the case is, whenever we think it's appropriate. If somebody were, suggested to him and he contacted me and said so, then so be it. But that's not my intent. I respect Chaco and the effort he puts into his own stream way too much to kind of want to poke at him that early. So, but yeah, if you guys could. When I transition out, because I'm going to go offline, and the stream is the test is done, I would call it anyways. Serious question. Have you asked Moses? He'd be an amazing person to interview about the industry. You know what? I have. And because he didn't know who I was, even though I kind of said I was with Chaco's crew, Hockles, he didn't know what to do with me. He did respond, but he didn't, kind of very lightly. So he's another guy that has said, sounds interesting, but until he knows I'm serious and that I'm not just some clown, kid that watches the streams and is trying to get stuff from him, you know what I mean? He doesn't know who I am yet, technically. So once he realizes that I'm serious, that I'm not fooling around, I think he'll be more open to having that conversation. Reed, the Chicken of Destiny, he's been super helpful. As well as the OG Pickle has been really good with some things that, if nothing else but moral support. The Pickle Man's been fun to get to know. I agree as well. He'd be awesome. Hey, what's up, Clyde? I appreciate you dropping in, man. I agree. All of those guys. I think Boom would be fun because him and I have a lot in common. Obviously, with the weightlifting thing, we have this kind of the edginess going back and forth of, the whole Rip Demers thing, thanks to Chaco and his birthday stream. But all those guys would be serious contenders for early interviews and conversations about the fact of what they feel is their impact on these kids, about what they feel when it comes to what they feel their stream does and doesn't do to the community, and whether or not they feel as though they do have an impact, whether or not it matters that you have a clean stream like Chaco tries to put on every day. without all the overt abusive language. But and then the goal, obviously, with guys like yourself, Hockles, and others that I'm getting to know, it would be to have you guys come on as well and to talk about what you think. Yeah, exactly. I honestly would want a college perspective, and I would love to have you come on. And if you want, we can figure that out sooner than later, this week even. A time that we could do that and have you, because you can help me figure out even how to do that screen. Like, I have an out of studio setup here to bring you in, but what I haven't figured out yet is how to make sure the audio is set up properly. How to get that audio in so I gotta make sure I don't give the audio back to you. It's that mix minus thing, whatever you want to call it. So you don't get that whole echo and delay and stuff like that. Yeah, and I agree, Clyde. He has an amazing level of maturity in his community, and I think that's where this idea came from. Is I saw a community that was willing to have a serious conversation, and I thought this would be an amazing opportunity to kind of jump into that genre. And Hakos, it might be a Skype call. I'm not sure, buddy. But yeah, I think that's where this conversation comes out of. Is the idea, the desire of my own passion with the work that we do in our community and soon statewide, but also to bring you guys in, because I'm finding out that a ton of you guys are doing similar stuff or have an interest in similar stuff. So that's just kind of where we're at. So anyways, as I finish the stream off here today, I got to get ready for an interview I got to hire 2 new people here for our organization. Our little organization is growing, and I tell you, it's amazing, and I'm excited for this opportunity to tell more about it online, to use this as a platform to not only promote our students, but promote the idea of well-being for our students and how it impacts our communities. And so what I need from you guys as we finish out, just hang out for a second. I'm going to go through a Be Right Back screen. I'm also going to go through an ending screen, and I'm going to go through an offline screen. And they're just purely blank screens. There's no video or anything like that. There shouldn't be any sound. You shouldn't be able to hear my mic, although I'm going to continue to speak just to test that on each of these screens. And then if you can in chat, let me know that you can't hear me, and any feedback on those screens, things I should have or shouldn't have included in those. And one note I need to make right away is I need water for my next stream. I'm a little dry. So again, thanks for I think we averaged at one point up to 10 people here, which is awesome. I think that's phenomenal for our first test stream. I'm really excited that you guys showed up. I think we probably averaged 5 throughout the bulk of the stream, which is super exciting. I can tell you that Owen and I are going to have a debrief after this and talk about this. And like I said, just the new followers alone that happened during stream are going to excite this guy like no tomorrow. So thank you guys for being a part of that today. And please hang around for a second as I work through the screens. Particularly, I'm using my Stream Deck that I've got here, and I want to make sure that it works the way it's supposed to. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for coming out. Continue to be the cool crew that you guys are, and supportive of this initiative with the work that we do here at Rise Above, and definitely with this new Risk Immerse channel and the path that we're going to take with it. Thanks, guys. Hope to talk to you all again soon, and look for the stream again probably tomorrow at the same time. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.